A couple of days ago, I covered this Reddit thread. This man, at his big age of 51, is enraged about the decisions that he made about his life when he got with a woman who was 12 years younger than him, and he started to having kids. He had one kid at 46 and the second kid at 50. So he was of sound mind. His whole brain had completely formed. He had been around long enough to see what happens when you have kids, yet he is upset because I think that some of these dudes are actually deluded into thinking that simply because you can have kids, that you should have kids. And too many people have not actually had to participate in parenthood, so they think that it's easy. So that might have been what happened. So in his rant, he's going on, and you guys can look at my videos because it's posted. But he is tired. He's basically exhausted. He has to keep dealing with these kids. One kid won't take a nap. The other kid eats too much. He doesn't get any time for self-care. His wife works, and his wife is a nurse. And this nurse has to sleep because she works overnight, and he's just enraged. All right. So that is a quick reminder. Please watch the other video if you want to know everything. I decided, because you guys chimed in, and this post was popping on my YouTube page, Bourbon Bougie. It was popping. And a couple of women made some really, really good points. I want to bring them up. And then I started going through his comments on Reddit. I started doing that because I'm like, what is this man really about? In my comments, I had mentioned that this man was a married single mom. I had to be corrected a few times. They're like, this is not the case of a married single mom, because in the case of a married single mom, the other spouse is not doing anything. This woman is working. So this woman says, I don't think he's living a married single mom life. He clearly resents that he also has to handle the responsibilities of the children in the house. She also works. Nowhere in there did he say she didn't do anything with the kids in house. He just seems to be angry that she is working outside the home, and in one instance, having a hobby. He seems like another man who thought he was going to sit a woman down, and he found out that wasn't going to be the case. He could cut out half of his resentment by hiring help instead of being mad that his wife kept her nursing career. He feels the way he feels because he didn't morph a woman into a trad wife. Okay, I told y'all, I went to some of his comments. So he says, in one comment, he is making good money. He says he's getting paid $200,000, but nannies are a grip. At this point, I don't even care. It's become a necessity, though. So that's to answer the question, because many people did say he's probably not making as much money as he is letting on. The 4-year-old is apparently in private school. He said the baby is pretty chill, even though he eats all day and needs to be fed every damn 1.5 to 2 hours. I'm up and down like a jack in the box when I'm alone with him. Yeah, he's participating in parenting young kids. This is the reason why he resents his wife. She's doing a travel assignment, even though it's local. She makes her schedule, so it's a choice. She used to just do it on the weekends, and we were at each other's throats because I wasn't acting like Cliff Huxtable when she came home after I worked all effing week only to deal with the kids all dang weekend. My little boy. So I'm wondering if he has tried smiling more. Has he sprayed some cologne? I hope he hasn't let himself go, during this time. Make himself a little bit more presentable. I'm hoping that he's still at least cutting his own hair if he can't get to his haircut appointments. He says that he's miserable, but I bet you if he takes his frown and turned it upside down, he would be feeling a little bit better. And then this woman chimed in. She was 32. He was 44 when they got together. He thought he was going to get a young woman to care for him. Fresh out of her 20s, of course, she wanted kids. Surprise, surprise, didn't do the math with your head and not your, you know. Okay, he is welcome to complain like everyone else, sure, but take in some observations. Notice how he never complained that his wife was not helping him. Sounds like she's doing 72-hour shifts and pulling her weight with the kids. I bet when she's not working or sleeping for work, she's got the kids 100%. So he does not qualify as a married single mom. Like I told y'all, a few people chimed in and said that I was wrong. I shouldn't have put that in there, but so I accept that. So this man, Damon Dash, he is commenting on other people's stuff. He really regrets having kids. He did not. The second child was an oops baby. He did not mean to do that. But if it was an oops baby, he could have taken some precautions considering his age. He could have done something. But he's okay. So he starts talking about his kids and the fact that he is regretful as well. As he's commenting on somebody else. He says, things were relatively fine, but not problem free until we had our second child. We've been at each other's throats since then. I absolutely hate being alone with them. And when I am, I'm extremely agitated because there's not a moment where somebody doesn't need to be tended to or wants something. I'm up and down like a jack in the box from 7 a.m. until 8 p.m. when they go to bed. So, like I said, he is very active on Reddit. He really regrets having kids. I wish I had a little bit more sympathy, but he had these kids at a really big age. He made this decision. So someone chimed in on his Reddit post that he'll still have to pay child support because he makes more than her. He says, I'm not paying that stuff. I would rather be dead. And I'm near that point now. So he made the decision to have these kids. He and his wife are at each other's throats, according to him. He's not going to pay child support, and he doesn't really want the kids 100% of the time. Some of these dudes and their lack of foresight is mind blowing. Like, are the kids going to pay for themselves? What does he expect? I have literally no idea what they think. A commenter on my YouTube page says, y'all think a man having kids in middle age expected to take care of those kids? No, stay away from these middle-aged dusties. He wants to divorce her and dump those kids on her. And he wants to dump the kids on her and not have to pay for the consequences of his own decisions. That is the reason why, these people who decide that, yes, I can have kids all the time, you don't factor in that a lot of the times we women are really running on fumes when we're doing the majority of the parenting. I really sincerely believe that less children will be born if they had to actually take an active and engaged role and everybody be all hands on deck because it's challenging. So this is the update. I wanted to share some of the comments from his active post and from my my YouTube page. If you guys are not on my YouTube page, the comment section is popping. I appreciate everybody for chiming in. Jump in to this one, like, comment, share. And if you are watching my videos and you enjoy my commentary, go ahead and follow.